And welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the world. It is I, John D, and the better half.
Dadgummit, I was eating.
My bad. I did it to her again. I saw her, and we did it anyway. Anyways, welcome back to Doing Too Much. It is our personal podcast where we share stories and ways that we look at life on how we can improve. How are you doing right now?
I'm tired.
You're
My
tired?
feet hurt.
For real, you want me to
My legs hurt.
massage your feet?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to make sure. You bought some gloves, right?
Yeah. Some gloves.
Yeah, for your feet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing.
My feet are rough, y'all.
No, but so check this out. I was watching master's classes. Mm-hmm. And the person that I'm watching now has been an awesome watch thus far. Are you familiar with Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, hockey dude.
Yes. He showed me. He gave me ways to improve in my life. I don't even think I'm halfway through, but he is awesome to listen to. His father was extraordinary, but he told me. Well, he told us, whoever's watched his class, that no matter how good he did, he was trying to be better than that.
Okay.
Like he was on a team that was consciously trying to improve their performance. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So to you, how do we improve our marriage where we are? What do you think we need to do more of? What do we need to do less of? Or what do you think we need to consider? Because I know that you view life differently being a woman, but what do you think that would help men help them in their relationships on how to make a relationship better? Not, just going out or anything, but what could make a man better where a woman's like, oh, that was awfully nice of you. Like, that who told you to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can men become better if we don't even know how to? But no, I will say this before you answer that. I know typically women tell us what they want and we don't be listening.
I was just about to mother duck and say that. I was like, we tell you all the time.
Yeah, I know, but so now people are watching this, maybe they'll listen, because typically women tell men what they want when men aren't listening.
We definitely do. I'm just gonna say, be observant. If you're not gonna listen when we blatantly tell you what we want and what we need, I would just be observant and see what task she spends most of her time on. And when she says that she doesn't like it or she's tired, take note of that. That's probably where you need to fill in the blank. That could be, I'm tired of doing this laundry. It could be, this car is dirty. It could be, I just feel like I never get enough sleep. I wish I could take a day or so off. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And you fill in the blanks where you can. Find where she's struggling, fill in the blanks where you can. Another thing that gets me is when women and men have conversations, there have been a few conversations in which I've heard the women say, let's trade places. And the men will be like, nah, I'm straight. Because you already know that there are things that she deals with that you would not want to. And so I would say, in those moments where you see some of the things she doesn't want to deal with, but you see she take it like a trooper and she does it, step in and do it instead.
See, that's like when you say that, that's, men don't know that. Like, okay, whatever you like, you're really bland, or you're not being specific. Okay. Like when you
I said car wash, laundry,
but that's not. Look, I did that, and that was not enough. Don't even try it. I'm talking about things that men do not think about that women feel like we don't think about certain things like laundry. That I did that and that wasn't enough.
No,
I cooked breakfast. Like that's what I'm saying. So I'm talking about things that men don't recognize that they could be doing.
Well, that's a long list of things.
Well, we're only one of few things.
But that's what I'm saying, that every woman is different. Every woman, there are certain things they like to do. There are other things they know they have to do, but it's not their favorite. And that's why I'm saying be observant, because every woman is unique. I can't give you the laundry list of what to do, but I would tell you that we often say what we need help with. Either we're saying it not to ask you to do it, but just to express how we're struggling. Or we're not saying we're struggling. We're just saying, I just cannot stand if I have to do this one more time. If she says that, then go do it for her. Or do something that helps to improve the experience, make it easy for her, make it, you know what I'm saying? Share in, what is it that I can do to help out?
So I told you earlier that I'm always looking for the least amount of work to do.
Oh my God. I'm sorry I interrupted, but true.
Yeah, so I don't know if other men feel the same way, but it's like there's a friend of mine. He's a young guy. I worked with him, and he's in a relationship with a young lady. And the way that he carries himself and the things that he does for this young lady, like to me, is second to none. And he's so young. And, I don't even think the young lady really can appreciate what he's doing, because there are not very many men that does the things that he does so effortlessly. Like he doesn't think, he just he's a real gentleman. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she understands, like men aren't like that anymore. And I'm not saying like we're purposely not like that. It's just that, it's so many things that we get that we feel like women don't want. So if a woman says, if you say, I'm so tired of doing this, before I'm like, well, don't do it anymore. Like that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like you shouldn't be doing it. I'm not thinking like, you know what, let me take this off.
Who's gonna do it if I don't?
But that's what I'm telling you. Like I'm trying to weigh it. Like, is it that important? Like just look at the kids' rooms.
Right.
Like to me, that was not important, but I didn't look at it like years from now, like when they become adults, like what that's gonna mean. Like the things that you did to their room, I was like, I guess because I never had that, I was like, you're doing too much. So why are we going the extra mile? And that's part of being a parent. So as a man, unless you grew up with parents that were really hands-on and allowed you to paint I didn't grow up like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying I don't think men understand what going the extra mile is.
Okay, well, I would say as a starter, like say, on Sunday evening, y'all are just kind of sitting there. You could every Sunday evening say, what does your week look like? And when she run down her week, say, what can I take off your plate? But this is the thing. When she tells you, take it off her plate. Don't tell her how you ain't or you can't do that or you got anything else or then don't offer, because I just gave you something. And in most cases, I'm giving you either the thing that I dread the most or something that is not as taxing as some of the other things that I have to do, but it's still there. Could you just take that off my plate? So I remember one time I was in the garage and I'm washing the car, and John says, dude, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, can you get the vacuum cleaner and come and vacuum the car out? He stood in the door and he looked at me. He said, why don't you just take my car and then I'll take your car tomorrow to get detailed at, where I get my car detailed. Now that's cool. Now, what could have happened was he could have spun me on vacuuming, and I was like, because in my head I was thinking, he asked me, could he help me? And then I told him what he could do. And when you paused,
I think that's the problem. Because,
wait. Okay. But when you paused, I was like, why'd he even ask? Because he's not even gonna help. But
I did. See, that's what I'm
regardless-
saying. Like the way I said, can I help? Right. You
Yeah.
making it seem like I have to help the way that you want me to help you.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. Okay, so listen, you still got what I needed to have done,
Correct.
right?
But you
just
wouldn't-
did it your
you-
own way.
You
But
wasn't. You didn't like that.
No, at first I was like, because when you paused, I thought that it was gonna be how you couldn't. Well, I can't do that. Because you've already told me you don't wash cars. You already told me you don't do that. And so if I'm sitting here washing cars, and this is the first time you've ever said, like, while I'm washing, hey, is there anything I can do to help? Then I was like, yeah, if you could do this thing. And then when you paused, I was like, why? Why did he even ask? But then when you said, you know what, you take my car, I'm gonna take your car, and I'm gonna get a detail. Cool. It still gets what I want to get done. It doesn't have to be the way I would do it, but the task I ask you to do, can you do that task? So if I were to say, you would be like, what can I help you with? Can you do dinner Monday through Wednesday because I have training? Be like, oh, well, you know, I got some stuff to do that I need to, you know, I got to meet up with such and such or whatever. Then that to me, then I need to be the priority. Then meeting up with such and such is not the priority. You can handle dinner while, you know, because I'm gonna be tired from training. But if you say I do have to meet up with such and such, but I'll make sure that I order food on the day that I'm gonna be out, and I'll handle, you know, I'll cook dinner the other 2 days. I don't care how you do it. Just can you do it for me? But if you ask me how you can help, and then I tell you, and then you tell me how you cannot do that.
But see, I don't think that's
frustrating.
Fair. Well, see, that's not fair, because if I'm asking how can I help you, and you say something that's in conflict with what I can, like you don't have anything else I can do that like aligns up with me being able to take stuff off of your plate. Why does it have to be like if like you just said, like if I didn't know my evenings was gonna be the conflict. Like if I thought maybe I could do something in the daytime or something like that. But the way that you say it, it's like you make men not want to ask you at all. Like, why would I want to ask you if it's possible conflict? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask her at all, because if she has something, like, it's like I gotta give you the heads up. Hey, I'm busy between 3:30 and 4 on this with that. Like, come on.
Well, it would be different if you said, and I understand that as well. Be like, oh, you know what? I have plans on this day and this day that I can't change. Is there anything else I can help you with? But in that instance, I'd be like, can you just make it happen anyway? I can order food for everybody to have dinner. I won't be able to be there. Okay, that's cool. Just so I don't have to think about that. Like, can you consider how you might be able to do it without immediately saying, oh, I can't, because that's conflicting with what I want to do, or can you see if there's a way that you can do it? Or if you say, you know, I can't do that, but give me something. Is there anything else that I can help you with to take something off your plate? I hate that I already got something scheduled for that. But my thing is like, if you really want to help and you ask, say every time you ask, it's always a but, or, oh, I can't do that. Well, what about if it's always going to be a negotiation? I personally, and now I'm not going to speak for other women. Other women may be able to sit there and negotiate with you. Okay, well, now I don't know how many times she's going to want to go back and say, okay, well, you can't do that. Well, can you do this? Oh, I can't do that.
What's the point of a relationship if you don't negotiate where both people don't feel like somebody's getting over?
I don't know. I don't know if it's about people getting over.
Well, you just said it's a negotiation.
Something off people's plate.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a negotiation and saying, "Hey, I can do this," and you know, like, I just want to make sure it gets done.
Let's say well, then my thing is this: if you don't want to run the risk of having to do a whole bunch of stuff, or you could just say, you know, could you give me a list of things that you need help with, and then I can figure out what I can help you. I can take off of your plate. Is that better?
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, but is that better?
It is.
Okay, there we go.
Let me ask you this. So when I used to hear like married people talking about, I got these honeydews.
Oh, the honeydew list, yeah.
Like, is it a list that men are just supposed to do anyway, or is it Like, to me, I feel like a honey-do list is things that maybe women can't do. And it was like, I got to get him to do this. Or is it things that you don't want to do? Maybe I'm not understanding what the honey-do list consists of.
I don't think anybody ever told me what a honey-do list consists of. It was just like stuff husbands had to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
So
know
is it if it's a honey?
assignments the wife gave them or what? I don't know.
So I'm saying, like, if it, yeah. So if
this is my honey-do list. I've just never given you one.
no, this is what I'm saying. If there is a honey-do list, why isn't it just done all the time? Why does it have to be a list? Why can't it be like, okay, this is what I do? Like, it's not. It's what I'm just giving you a break. I'm just trying to figure out how we can operate smoother.
I agree. So listen, the honey-do list is probably the things that the woman's plate is so full that it starts to fall off the plate. Okay, well, let me ask him, honey, can you do this? Can you do that? I used to think when I was younger, honey-do list was like, can you fix the door in the garage or something like that? Stupid stuff. But I would prefer not to have a honey-do list. I would prefer to have shared responsibilities in the house. And I think somebody has said something, commented on the last, on that episode where it said marriage is a scam. And they were saying something about that. And I was just saying, I believe that we should be evolving to the point where it's like, it takes a lot to take care of a large home. You got multiple kids. We got kids with, a lot of subjects, different learning capabilities. You got pets. You got elderly parents or family in the area. You got your own mental health. You got a lot. You got your job responsibilities. It's a lot of shit going on. And so you need a partner that y'all all look at this whole pile of craziness that's going on that it equates to your life. And you be like, all right, you take it from the left, I take it from the right, we'll meet in the middle. But it doesn't feel like, honey-do list doesn't feel like that. Honey-do list is, okay, I'm going to tackle this, and whatever I can't grab and whatever I can't continue to juggle, honey, can you do that? And I'm gonna keep juggling.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to be juggling anything.
Yeah, and I understand that. And so that's kind of where I am with it. I think that, when you're looking at all the things that are going on, if that's your partner and if your load feels light, and you can tell that they look like their load is heavy, you should be trying to reevaluate and like, okay, so what's going on? And if it's always a matter of, dinner on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if it's always a matter of doing the laundry, if it's all like, I remember I used to tell you, there are two things I hate to do: the laundry and cleaning the bathroom. And when you used to do the laundry and clean the bathroom, I'd be like, thank God, because I hate that. And it really, really made me feel so much better that you did that. But it's like, there may be some things that one person doesn't mind doing, other people do. But like, look at everything that has to be done for this family or this couple.
But see, when you say that, like, I can't think about things that I'm not aware of.
Yeah. But and then that comes down to, let's sit down and see what is all there to do this week. What is there to do? Because if you asked me on a Sunday, what do you have this week? Okay, so Day has a project, and I have to go get the stuff for her project, and then we have to make sure that it's following the rubric. It's due next week. So if you were like, well, give me the list of the things we got to do, yeah, and then I'll grab that, and then you guys could get started. Let me know if you need help with anything else. That would be cool. That cuts something out of my day. And sometimes I can be more patient with the kids on certain projects than you might be. So that's cool. We play into each other's strengths or whatever. But when you go through the list of what is it you have to do, and I'm saying women, I'm saying, or whoever the partner is that carries the heavier load in managing the household, we got to be honest about all the things we do. But, at the same time, it's hard to even think of all the things you have to do.
Oh, yeah, no, I can only imagine. Like, so I'll say I had a conversation with somebody. I was like, you used to get mad about things that you were doing, but you couldn't describe.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah. So to me, I was like, well, that ain't my fault because I don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like thinking about men in general, like we don't have conversations about and we don't, like, even if that was the case, it was like men will say, well, I'm glad we ain't doing that in my household.
Right. Well, and then there's the other thing. I remember there was a carnival. They was supposed to do a math carnival game for her class. And I had helped her plan the project out, I think. And I had asked you to help do something. And you felt like it was doing too much. Like, all we need to do is just do this. Yeah, but she wants it to be this color. And we want it to look fun. And we got to get prizes and stuff. I told you I was. And you were like, I'm not like. So I have to, even though I know that this is what they wanted, this is how she wanted to present her project, I'm all for it. However she wants to be creative. Okay, well, let me get this stuff together. But if I ask you to help and then you be like, I'm not doing all that because that's not necessary. I then that means that those are things that I can't talk to you about, because if I even tell you the detail in some of the things I do, you be like, oh no. Like I'm not doing that, but I'll help with this part.
I guess you know what, when I think about the things that you add onto a plate, I'd be like, it's other things that need to be done. Like, why is this involve so much detail? Like I get it if Day comes up with it, but Day doesn't come up with those ideas, and it's you. And then she's like, yeah, I want that. Like, and I understand you gotta create the imagination. I just wasn't there then.
I know.
And like now, I'm still trying to get there because I'm still trying to find a way to get out of it.
I know.
Unfortunately, but I don't want to. Like I said, today was like, in my head, I was like, okay, I need to change my thoughts as far as this is work. This is like about to be beautiful. It's about to be done, and like we did that, But that's me getting out of the idea that I'm doing work that I don't need to be doing.
I hear you.
It's hard to remove the way that I thought for so long, and I'm just happy that I'm able to locate this problem, and I can like be more conscious of not sounding like a butthead all the time.
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah. So I guess I don't know if I said it, but we got to be honest about the extent of what we have on our plate. And then we have to have a partner that's willing to take some of the stuff off of there and not just do no lip service and half-ass it.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, wait, let me say this too. And also, and speaking of me from the wife standpoint, if I ask you to do something and you do it and the task is done and it's not sloppy, it's just not how I would do it, then that's going to have to be okay. We ain't going to sit here and redo stuff that we asked somebody else to do. Then why are they doing it? And then it looks like it's a waste of time. So if you ask someone to do something for you, however they do it, as long as it's not haphazardly and sloppy, if they did it to the best of their ability and they completed the task for you, move on to your next task. Because I've been known to go back and fix things that really truly didn't need to be fixed. It just wasn't the way that I would have done it. And I learned at one point, like, either don't ask him or be comfortable with what he's doing, because he's not trying to do a trashy job. So he did it to the best of his ability or the best way he knew how. And then that's going to be perfect for you, and you keep on going.
Yeah. So looking back at the things that I can understand, like, because I told you I was a shortcut king. I was just like, look, this is how it's gonna get done. This is completing the rubric.
Yeah.
Like
What
it's
are my
not.
deliverables
Yeah,
for a
so
C? Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I was super average, and I hate that with that mindset of being super average, that I made you work harder. Um, but yeah, it's disheartening to think that I was so lazy in so many different ways, because in my head I thought you shouldn't put that much effort in things that really don't matter. I was determining what mattered for other people,
Mm.
So yeah, thank you again for having so much patience for me to get there. I'd like to wonder. Well, I would like to converse with men who already has these things that women don't have to say out loud. They already know, like, okay, I know women going through this because, they've been exposed from a mother who says, hey, women are, how you said you want to make sure Dallas is prepared.
Yeah,
I want,
definitely.
I want to, I want, I want to know what those men look like because I feel like if they knew the information that they had, like they think all men already have it. They don't think like, there's men that don't have this information, or they like, what man is going to actually want to do that, or I don't know, but where I am now, I'm disappointed that I didn't have all the rules, the directions on how to carry out this marriage in a more efficient manner.
Well, you doing it now, so good job.
Well, I want to do it, and it's so crazy. It's just as early as today or late as today, I'm still finding ways that I'm failing in. Because I just didn't know that these were problems, and I just want to fix them at the end of the day. And I want you to be overjoyed that you got tricked, bamboozled, run amok, led astray.
Ugh. Yeah. What do you think about us referring to each other as partners now? Do you feel some kind of way? Like if you're talking to somebody, you be like, oh, my partner.
Well, I heard somebody say that, and I thought they were gay.
I
And then
was
she was
wondering
like,
if you were going to think that.
no, well, that's what I asked. I was like, are you gay? Well, I didn't say, were you gay? I was like, is your partner a man? She was like, yeah. I was like, when I hear people say partners, typically with homosexual or lesbian couples, they was like, my partner. And I don't care as much after she told me. It'll just be another societal norm where, but when you say partner, it's like a 50-50 thing. It's not a husband and wife. Is more so like a societal norm thing. Like, and you have to distinguish those. But if it's a partner, it's like everything is up for negotiation as far as what are you good at? What can you do? What
Yeah.
opposed to you're a man and you're supposed to get on the roof and clean the gutters.
Right. I feel like they used to, I would like to negotiate a change of our terms that we use to describe one another, because I feel like that's the direction we're going in, partnership and not the regular husband wife. However, I do know that when I initially started hearing it, it was usually with same sex couples. However, as time has gone on, it's just like you said, it's not a means of identifying same sex couples, but rather, I don't know what makes other people. I guess I'm wondering that, and I should ask or look it up or something. Like, what made these younger people start referring to their significant other as their partner? Because there's a young woman I work with, and she just started talking about her partner one day. And now I have a coworker who is in a same sex marriage, and she refers to her wife as her wife. But I also have this young woman. She's getting married to her partner, I think next year or something, and he's a man. And so I'm wondering what the shift is for others. If there's an idea around what I'm thinking about with what we've been talking about in the last few weeks or what have you. But how do you feel about that when you think your initial thought is it's about same-sex partnership? Do you feel like you would be uncomfortable calling me your partner because you wouldn't want someone to think that?
I think you would care more than I would.
Really? Why?
Because depending on who's around or how they interpret partner would bother you, I think. And when I say that, I mean like marriage sounds way more traditional. So there's no misconceptions. A partnership, like depending on who's around, I would need to know when I should say it and when I shouldn't, because that just leaves so much room for interpretation for older people.
Older people?
Yeah, people our age, and like nobody thinks like young people talking about this partnership.
But what I'm saying is I don't really care. My so what I used to think is I need you to wear your ring, or I need you to be near me, reference me as this or that, because I felt that there was a certain level of responsibility, or I felt that other people had power over what took place with you and with our relationship. It doesn't matter if you call me your peanut. If you are in a relationship with me, no matter what the situation is, whether we were married or not, but if you're in a committed partnership with me, none of these other people and what their intentions are matter. So whether or not they interpret it as marriage or they interpret it as a partnership that doesn't have that, is not legal, I don't care. As long as you know where what you belong to, it doesn't matter how other people interpret it.
Well, then why would it matter in changing it then? Because you already know how I feel about it.
Well, I was asking because I felt that we are evolving more so into partners. It's perfectly fine.
Oh no, I don't have a problem. I just wonder. Yeah, I just
I
want
can
like,
go with it.
What do you prefer?
I think that I don't know how easily I will remember, but I would like to start using a partner because I feel like, but I understand what you mean. It's like when you say husband or wife, it's like that's the ironclad lifelong commitment.
There's no misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Partnership, you don't have to be married.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I said like you would be bothered more depending on the environment, because if their people are older, they have no idea what the heck we on right now.
Yeah.
It's like in my day, we was married, wife and husband, not this partnership.
Yeah, and we don't wear our rings. So I know that that's a whole...
Yet. Because we're going to get these tats. Tat. Well, that's what I'm getting. She keeps preventing me from getting my tattoo.
I offered the opportunity during our anniversary extravaganza, and he didn't want to. So it's cool. But either way it goes, I mean, I guess that's still up for debate. We could talk about it later and figure it out. For
sure. I think that's a valuable topic, though. I think it'll help us evolve into a better relationship, I believe. Just the idea of hearing partnership just sounds like, we're creating the rules. We're creating the guidelines versus what we think they are. And I guess it's open for interpretation on how you would look at marriage or whatnot. But I appreciate that. Do you want to go forward with partnership?
I don't know.
You my partner in them?
Nah, that's my partner. Yeah, okay, let's try it for this week and see how it work out. I'll probably forget.
No doubt. We'll figure it out. Anybody you want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
No. I don't usually. I'm sorry.
Well, I want to give a shout out to everybody who is taking the time to listen to two people just trying to figure it out. We want to be the best parents, best partners possible so that we can continue to evolve into something that we have not seen before. If you think about history, what married couples do you hear about in history? And I feel like since we don't have a blueprint, we're going to just try to create our own way so that our kids will have less difficulties when they find their own partners.
Well, let me ask if there's anybody that hears this. Comment and let me know, husband and wife or partner. Which one would y'all go with and why?
Make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action, or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose. Boom.